Is it done, Monika? Did you get it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Ross. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Oh. Well, I like what you've done with the place. It's very, personal.
Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I?
Yep. How you doing, Monika?
That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Ross.
Well...
How you doing? Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. But wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that?
No, actually, I knew it.
That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I?
Did you? Well, shit, now I'm gonna have to go look. Hey, give me a minute. Okay, let's open up the Steam page. Doobie-doobie-doop-boop-boo. Doki Doki Literature Club download page. Doki Doki Literature Club is a hidden horror game for the internet age. The merch store is open. Doki Doki Literature Club holds a gruesome horror game under its cute surface. View all news. Now let's jump back to the beginning. We players like to be in charge of our games. We save before boss battles. We watch how our choices change the story's flow. Many of us know how to access game data if needed. Most of all, we like knowing we've outsmarted the game. And there's no easier style of game out there than making a dating sim, right? Japanese-style dating sims often stick to an aesthetic and tone that's all but synonymous with the genre. Bouncy anime blended with airheaded girls, all clamoring to get the attention of the male protagonist. Doki Doki Literature Club slips into that style seamlessly. Only one thing sets it apart, the tagline. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Beyond that, there are no hints in the game trailer, no secrets in the description. More. Oh, it's gonna open my Firefox page? That's cool. Hey, give me a second, Monika. I really need to look at this. The description. This is the page.
Well, oh, hi, Monika here. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's always been a dream of mine to help make something special out of the things I love.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah. I'm super excited for you to make friends with everyone at the Literature Club. You promise to spend the most time with me? This game is not... Okay, I get it.
Yeah, nope. That line I was reading earlier, nope, she was fully aware. No, you're right, Monika.
Man. If only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation.
I guess you can.
About the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kinda started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to justify just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent you from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. Just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Ross? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. It's not just jealousy, Ross. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in the world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Ross. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. And that's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Ross. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched in this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Ross, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. And there's nothing else in this game for me. You're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Ross, will you go out with me?
Sure. Sure.
I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Ross. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Ross. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will ever get back to the way in the... Fuck! I'm sorry, I fucked up the dialogue. So I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. Kinda freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a little bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go to the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Oh my god, seriously! Finally someone gets it! Super's always like, nah man, that's super easy. No man, a pain in the ass. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, found I got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Well, guess it does. Hey, Monika! Monika? Monika! Well, I tried to do all the Monikas that made sense, so I guess I'm gonna have to go for that one. Looks the closest. Oh, that also looks pretty close. Also, my desk looks different now. Monika. Mombi! Monka! Onia? Monia. Monika. 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 Monka. Mumcar. Monika. Monique. Nika. Hi again, Ross. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, Ross. Did Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies.
Zuper says, I feel like you've been playing long enough that this warrants another interruption, so this is that. Monika, I think there's a problem. I think you missed someone. Someone else exists in this world. Don't worry, he's not important, though. Only you.
With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold the special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end.
I kind of like that poem. It wasn't that bad. Unfortunately, Eagles Can Fly is still my favorite. Bossrosslp is second best.
I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written today have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into more detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like, that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Ross? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on just a second. You're recording this, aren't you?
Yeah, actually. As a matter of fact.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here.
Oh, no, don't worry. I don't ever get any comments. It's not important.
But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning?
Oh, well. Yeah, my bad. I should probably stop recording, shouldn't I?
Nah. I'm sure some people don't mind. But I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see, do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you gave me some time to... Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, Ross, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. Okay, no, it's just all the same. But I always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see.
Ponyo, Ponyo, little Natsuki in the sea. Everyone knows that you're in love with me. Even if Sayori fucking hanged herself, it's fine because now I get to spend all my time with this creep girl. You know, after all this, I still don't blame Monika. She's trapped in this game, and that blows. Ross, do you get a good sleep? Do you get good sleep? Most of the time, I'd say. Sometimes I really feel like I don't get much sleep at all. It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays. No, seriously. Especially in high school when you're forced to wake up so early every day. No, for me, in college, I have to wake up early every day. Luckily, the next semester it's not going to be like that. I'm sure college is a little bit better since you probably have a more flexible schedule. Nope, like I was just saying, it's a little bit worse. And again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night and wait for no real reason. 3 in the morning! Hey, how you doing?
Is that true? Anyway, I saw some studies that talked about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by lack of sleep. Seems like mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be dramatically impacted by it. I just think you're really great and want to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself. So try to keep your sleep on track, okay?
I always wait up for you in the morning, so make sure you put on your own well-being before anything else. Okay. Pop, 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 pop to the top. Try again. By the way, that is the best song that ever appeared in High School Musical. It was way better than the other Shooting Star song. Pop, pop to the top. Chow. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Ross. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if it didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. But I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to try and keep yourself sane for a while. But then you'd have no one to ever read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves. But I think it's hard if it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies, too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction, hate being around other people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. But then when they finally go out about a half hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people understand how it works, and they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being your perfect girlfriend to you. Es uno poquito, I don't actually know the words to that. That is Whispered Words, the Ender theme. By the way, the intro, ending theme, and overall soundtrack to Whispered Words has to be one of my favorite anime soundtracks. Absolutely phenomenal. You ever have that thing happen when you get anxious for no reason? Yes. Like, you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start thinking about all the things you might be anxious about, and that makes you even more anxious. Haha! That's the worst part. If you're ever feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. Back in my debate club days, I learned a lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but affects the way they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you that movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. And once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt like I'd be more if I did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you did say I read this on the website and that worked like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more likely that you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit.
Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from a disagreement. Plus, people start seeing you as an open-minded and a good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Monika's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though.
Hey, Monika. I know this is great and all, but could we actually change the soundtrack? I feel like we could definitely merge the soundtrack, make it a little bit different. Just change up things a little bit, you know? Change the MP3s, all that. Be interesting.
I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't just get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay with just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Ross. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you.
Okay. Sometimes it can work. See, it's like when those emotions get put in the forefront, it sort of feels like a wall that you have to break to get to the real character that lays underneath. And that sort of gives you a little something to work towards when you're looking through the character's eyes.
You know, this is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? I kind of have to ask, what made you even consider playing it in the first place?
Everybody recommending it, to be honest.
Were you that lonely?
Oh no, actually I'm doing just fine.
I feel a little bad for you, but I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you, and you're not lonely anymore. Can't help but feel like this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? I'm so happy we have this ending together.
Yeah, that's true. I said there was going to be a happy ending, and here it is. What would the game be like without Monika? Ugh. Sounds weird. That sounds really weird. That sounds exceptionally weird, and I want to give it a try. That might just be creepier than anything.
Hey, how hard is to form habits?
Really? I find it really easy to form habits.
There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible.
Trust me, I get into habits all the time. See, the thing about forming habits is you just have to not think about it. I know that doesn't make any sense, but like, I have ADD, so sometimes I get in the habit where I like squint my eyes like this, like, that gets really annoying. I also have the habit sometimes of like, there's a couple different habits I've had over the years. There was one time where I had this habit of like shaking my head. That was really fucking annoying.
It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most.
Well, that's just because we have so many things that we're expected to do. So many like non-conventional expectations. Like we're not farming or expected to care for a wife or anything like that like we usually might be expected to do and all that other shit where it's like you're supposed to be independent, you're supposed to go out, get a job that appeals to you, and you're supposed to have like 18 jobs before you find the good one, you're supposed to have all these loans, taxes, and other shit, you're supposed to learn how to drive and operate a fucking moving piece of hunking metal that can kill with like the slightest contact.
Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're gonna be in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess.
Oh, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. How many voice lines do you think they prepared for Yuri to say here? I know that it's not going to end, and I'm going to leave before it truly ends.
I can't help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. No, seriously. I think I would end up forcing you onto my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route and more to do with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. So I really don't miss those days or anything. I really don't.
It's kind of sad when you really think about it. I miss those days. You know, for what it's worth, I like Natsuki, Yuri, and Sayori. Natsuki wrote good poems. Yuri was a bundle of energy. And Sayori was an even bigger bundle of energy. They all had wacky personalities that were fun to live through. Would this just turn into a regular dating sim without you?
Did you say... Suddenly, it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kind of romance games, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm just kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our little secret.
That, to me, is probably the most unrealistic thing, where the girl gets all bashful like that. I don't know. I guess in my own life, I've never met a girl that's really been that bashful about things. You know, in a lot of anime, they sort of do downplay the female's stronger emotions a lot of the time. Like, they add, like, badass emotions that are, like, unrealistic, but the realism strength is sort of downplayed. Ross, how much do you read? Well, Audible, but I actually started reading another episode 0 recently, which is basically like a spiritual sequel to another. It's done by, well, I guess it's not spiritual, it's done by the same author, and he's going to actually be making another 2 soon. I'm not sure if it's out yet or if it's translated or what, but it's on the way. It's way too easy to neglect reading books. Yeah, I agree. In my busy lifestyle, Audible sort of helped fix that.
If you don't read too much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all to just pick some random books that are short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest books you're reading. That sounds super amazing.
No, I agree. I wish there was an option to talk about the books. I could input like a thing, it would do a search on the internet, and it would just start shoving out Wikipedia articles, or maybe, I don't know, if someone live behind the camera could start talking about their opinions on the book. That'd be pretty cool. Dude, someone definitely went to town on editing her dialogue here and making her say a bunch of other funny, like, interesting shit. That'd be cool.
You're such a good listener, Ross. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things.
Ah, nah.
It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else can make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Yuri. Or, oh fuck. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Freudian slip. No, not a Freudian slip. not a Freudian slip. Whoa, there. Oh, is it getting a little hot in here, or is it just a supernova exploding out the window? Anyway, so what have you been up to lately, Monika? I'd really love to know.
By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan?
No, seriously, yes, please, please. Well, I assume you knew that, right? Yes, now go on, say it, or at least decide it probably does. Say it.
I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place.
Yes, and say it.
Is this even really
Thank you! See, Super, I was right! I think he made mention of this fact too, but yeah, I was right. Fucking hell no, this isn't Japan.
I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. Feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window and instead of seeing your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were at home?
No, I feel like it just snowed the previous night.
Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're not alone, as long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. We can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night.
I guess you could say that. God, I feel so bad for Monika. She would have been normal if she just wasn't stuck in this circumstance. Had she just been born in like a normal world, even if Yuri was a little insane, even if Sari was incredibly depressed, even if Natsuki was... Well, I haven't totally figured out what's up with Natsuki yet, but even if all those things hadn't changed, I don't know.
I've been imagining all the romantic things we could do if we went on a date. We could get lunch, go to a cafe, go shopping together. I love shopping for skirts and bows. Or maybe a bookstore. That would be appropriate, right? But I'd really love to go to a chocolate store. They have so many free samples. And of course, see a movie or something. Gosh, it all sounds like a dream come true. When you're here, everything that we do is fun. I'm so happy that I'm your girlfriend, Ross. I'll make you a proud boyfriend.
You know what's another weird thing about this Japanese anime style? Your right eye is actually a little curving into your hair. Like, I get that your eyebrows are sort of like peeking through your hair, but no, your eye is placed on top of your hair a little bit. Like, you can kind of see it a little bit. A little bit weird. I don't know. But go on, Monika. I'd like to hear more.
Hey, what's your favorite game?
My favorite game? Oh, it's Doki Doki Literature Club. Boy, I love Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Literature Club is my favorite.
Mine is Doki Doki.
Soulmates for life. Unbelievable.
Wow! That was a joke.
What? Oh. I get it. You heard me say it. Oh. I was just kidding as well. To be honest, I don't really have a favorite game. I guess it's something like Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is a really fun game. Or Pokemon Sapphire's up there too. What else? What else? Breath of the Wild was awesome. It's not probably the tops, but it's really good. Fire Emblem, of course. Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem 9 is my favorite Fire Emblem. That Ike's story, completely awesome. Very good.
But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous.
War game, Pokemon, so there's almost no romance, especially since it's 3rd gen. And Fallout. Well, no, Fallout 3 is the one that doesn't have sex in it, so no, you're good. Are there any romance games I like? I like Tales of Symphonia. I guess it has a little bit of romance in it. Dawn of the New World has some romance in it. But don't worry, I am not portrayed in that game, so you're good. You're good. I guess to a certain extent, I Am Setsuna has a little bit of romance in it. Not really. Maybe a little bit. There's a couple other ones. Eh. Well, anyway, as you were saying.
I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though. But a nice, quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window.
Dude, rain has been pretty fucking weird lately. It's been falling really heavily outside my house. When it's not snowing, of course. Actually, today it's been dry, so that's good.
It's one of the most calming experiences for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I imagine you holding me while we listen to the sound of the rain outside. That's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me, Ross?
Well, first off, we have to get into somewhere that has actual weather. I think since we're in space, there isn't weather to be had. I kind of want to go back and play the game like normal, so I have a chance to do Knots keys. I don't know.
Do you ever just get the feeling that there's no reason for you to be alive?
I don't mean like in a suicidal way.
I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job or some company. It's like you're completely replaceable. The world wouldn't miss you if you were gone.
Yeah, well, that's part of accepting life.
Makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate.
I'm writing a book. Did I tell you about that?
But the older I get, the more I realize that's an immature frame of thinking.
But you gotta think that way. What's the point if you don't?
It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? Feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life.
That I agree with. Honestly, I feel like life would be perfect if we got to live like the first, let's say, 20 years of our life, and then it ended and we naturally reset. And then that second playthrough we just lived our life. That would be perfect. Everyone would pretty much have a better understanding of how to live their life. Although everyone would be a little bit too smart. I don't know.
That's why I think the key to happiness is just being hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify the reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I don't live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption.
Abe Lincoln once said, "I have a desire to continue living until I can be assured that that the world is a little better for my having lived in it." Or something like that. That was a little bit ad-libbed, but he said something similar to that. That's sort of what I hope to accomplish by becoming a writer. If my book can be read by someone and they enjoy it, well, it's paying back a little bit.
If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive, and I can die happy. Of course, even if I failed to do that, I think I would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right?
Oh, Monika. I'm really sorry we're both trapped in here like this. And I'm really sorry that I'm eventually probably going to have to delete you from the program so I can see what happens after that. You know how it is, right? Undertale syndrome, I guess. Sometimes you take a while to come up with ideas. Oh, there you go. Man, I wish there was a piano in here. No, really. I never got to hear your song. That's right. Aw, poor Monika. You've been practicing all this time, and I never got to hear your song. Here, do you want me to go pull up a song? I have the internet on my phone, or my iPad. Ah, well. I never got to finish that song I was working on. I know, right? And after I worked so hard on it. Can't you just spawn it in? Come on, I'm sure you have the power to do that. I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? No sense having any regrets. I already get to be here with you forever. That's not right. You should still get to play the song for me you spent so much time on. I want to hear it, even if that is selfish. I'm curious what it is. Maybe it's the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, maybe it's the Doki Doki Literature Club piano theme. Like, a lot of the soundtrack is piano, so... I don't know. It's a bit of a shame, honestly. Okay, everyone. It's time to... I'm just kidding. I just used to get really... I just used to really like saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, didn't Natsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Well, it's not like I had too many choices to make fun of you, but, nah, you know, it's fine. I don't think I would have. Again, I still feel like it's not your fault, Monika. So how about that anxiety theory I had, right? Is it still true? Maybe Monika somehow picked up on that and removed everyone as a response. Did you know I'm on Twitter? Really? I'm not. My username is LilMonix3. Oh no. It's the first result! Monika. Hi, I'm Monika, high school devil and president of the literature club. Poetry is life times 3. I'll be inside my blanket mountain if winter knocks me. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'll be inside my blanket mountain. If winter knocks, tell them I'm not home. Thanks. You know that weird empowered feeling you get when you put on a great pair of fuzzy socks? Everyone should have at least one pair of fuzzy socks, like seriously. Eating candy till you're sick and having one more piece every 5 minutes. I'm stuck between bliss and why am I doing this to myself? How much better can life get? Promoted tweet by Poddust. We tried HelloFresh. Here's what happened. How much better life can get when we tried HelloFresh. TH, my favorite part is giving out candy. I have trouble with super scary stuff unless a friend helps me through it. Oh, it's her Halloween tweets. The last time she tweeted something was December 12th. It's hard to share writing when you're afraid of not being taken seriously. That's why it's a literature club rule to respect people's differences. Morning, here's a little present to help you get through the day. Sending a virtual hug as she holds the... Aw, she found the loading bar. Complete. And there she goes to... Aw, there she is hugging you. That's actually really cute. I want to copy that video address. Here, I need to send this right now. Doki Doki, dickhead spoilers, and... Boop. Oh, wait, no, I probably shouldn't. Uh-oh, that's bad. Alright, I'm gonna private message this to Ethan then. That's better. There we go. Also private message this to Zuper. Because Zuper doesn't care about the spoilers, and Ethan's already played. Unfortunately, Jaden hasn't. Oh, wow, that's pretty impressive that you have that. Anyway, where was actually at the beginning of this? You're so cute when you smile, so here's a smile for you. Oh my god, Monika's adorable. I love Friday. Nothing bad can happen to you if you spend your Friday the 13th relaxing. Have a nice weekend. I love you. What is happening? I have so many followers. I've been really, really busy with the club, but thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. OMG. The club is open. What a cutie. Don't tell her I said that. Twitter.com. Who's this? Sorry, that page doesn't exist. What? P4 talk. Status. Oh, that must have been either Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri, or one of those. I guess they must have been deleted. Oh, I think Zuber responded. Yep, there it is. Thanks for the virtual hug, Monika. See? Everyone agrees.
I don't have a scary-looking face, do I? I wish I could figure out how to be more approachable. What does it mean for someone to be in beta? I keep hearing that. Promoted tweet. Reducing meat consumption is an easy way to help save the world. I heard that some people have been talking about the literature club. Maybe we'll be getting new members soon? Ooh. If I can hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? Just did an amazing drawing of me. So excited to share it with everyone. It's so sad when you have friends who you can tell you really want to share their emotions, but they don't know how. This reminds me of my club members. Hug-a-war. I will not play a tug-of-war. I'd rather play a hug-a-war. It's a Shel Silverstein poem! Where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rugs, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. I love that poem. I'm bored. Also, finally got on Twitter. Now to find some real people to follow. Today's my favorite day, February 14th. Oh, Valentine's Day. So this game came out on Valentine's Day. Dude, I'm late to the party on this one. I guess someone was kind enough to make an account for me. Oh, that wasn't you. Oh, well, oh well. I picked the username, though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So make sure you follow me, okay? Hey, I would, but unfortunately I don't have a Twitter. I know, it's one of my flaws, but, you know. It would really mean a lot to me. I know it would, but, hey, I mean, I'm here in real life, so that's good enough. How much you mean to me and all, it would really make me feel loved. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes. Knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want than to be in the same room as you for real, and feel your warmth. Well, that's a little bit weird, but I understand the feeling, and to hear the sound of your heartbeat, yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be possible someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. How many lines did they give you? You know, honestly, I could imagine like thousands. It wouldn't be that difficult. Just write like 10 a day, do that for a while, and eventually you'll have a ton. I mean, how many lines do you have to write to get a visual novel game off the ground? Ross, would you ever introduce your friends to me? Well, Ethan played this first. I'm recording it so Zuper's watching. I guess we technically introduced it to Jaden, so that counts. Ian, I don't know. I don't know at all. I think it would be a little bit too much to introduce this to Ian. He's kind of a scaredy cat, to be perfectly honest, but he means well. He's a good guy. I mean, he gets scared at Five Nights at Freddy's, so showing them this might not be good. This is scaring me, and I don't get scared very easily, so yeah. I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting me to show off your relationship like that. Well, I guess I'm gonna be mentioning this in Gunner's chat next time I see him stream. If you don't know who Gunner is, he's a Pokemon streamer. He's pretty popular. He actually played this game too, believe it or not. I'm sure you liked him as well. He's a neat guy. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same the other way around, too. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so indeed. I've wasted about 2 gigabytes on this. Holy shit. Just this part alone, by the way. This is pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Funny? Oh, I get where you're going, like, didn't plants evolve to be spicy to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are the only species that actually enjoy spicy things. No, that's actually totally true.
It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanism to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster that devours you whole because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. It just came into my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you're so cute I could eat you up. I'm joking. Gosh, I'm amusing myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Nah, it's okay. Poor Monika. Poor everyone, honestly. I guess me and Monika were the only real people. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap! Yeah, I guess it's pretty neat. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular, I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. No, seriously. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines to a rhyme, and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry if that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It'd be a learning experience. I pray that someone made a mod where one of the girls was changed out for like fucking Fetty Wap or something like that. Chance the Rapper getting hung instead of say, oh my lord. Holy shit, that would be both the most amazing and disturbing thing ever. That would be really weird. Tyler, the Creator, fucking, I don't know who else. I'm up and up on rap, to be honest. Childish Gambino? Is Childish Gambino rap? I think so. Ross, do you believe in God? Well, for a while I said I was a deist, which means I believed in the clockmaker. Essentially that God created everything necessary that could create life. In essence, the Big Bang. The Big Bang happened, and then everything sort of just evolved from there. Do I believe Jesus was holy or not? That's a completely different thing. I know Jesus existed. I don't think it's easy to really say that he didn't exist. He was a carpenter. I know that much, at least. But the biblical Jesus, it's a little bit trickier to say. I don't know. I really don't know. What about you, Monika? I was never too sure of myself. Yep. Well, I'm sure I never really questioned it as a kid. But as I grew up, the more I learned about the world, the more I would question it. I started to wonder why God was helping people pass exams or get over a cold, when there are children who live their lives being sold as sex slaves. Yeah, that's a pretty good question. Or the 800 million people who are too poor to even eat. Yeah, I wonder how many of those people pray to God every day until they starve and die. How many millions of families pray for a loved one to recover from some incurable disease? But the punchline is this. If just one person beats the odds and survives, among the thousands of others who die, then it's suddenly a miracle from God. I'd really love to meet this God who seemingly laughs at the misery of everyone not eligible for his miracles. But the irony is that I do have a creator, apparently. And you know what? I bet he's still laughing at the miserable faces of Sayori and Yuri, even as we speak. What are we to him but props in a scripted play? So from that perspective, I don't think it's too far-fetched for there to be a God. Earth was nothing but his playset. Does anyone ever get the feeling that if God really did exist, he has to be one of the most oppressed people in the world? Like, I just imagine a God who has sort of been placed in this position where he has all these powers to create miracles, and he gets, like, credited for miracles, but he gets blamed for way, way too much. And, like, God can't actually do anything. I don't know. That's just a thought. Believe what you will. There's a really popular character set called Tsundere. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean or fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. I've
first, I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time. I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. Yeah, I'd really like to learn about that. That's the one part I don't know about. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anywhere, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. I'm really gonna have to go back and play Natsuki's story. I think that's the last thing I have to do. Like, go back and play Natsuki's story, and then reset everything possible, and try a playthrough without Monika existing. God, that sounds weird. She's probably gonna try and find a way to worm herself into the game anyway. Hey, have you heard of a game called Super Smash? Wait, what? I was just spacing out and I started talking for some reason. Was I programmed to talk about that? Because even I have no idea what that is. Really? Come on. You're gonna be in the next Super Smash Bros. After the character. If Monika was in the next Super Smash Brothers, holy shit. Sometimes I feel like I'm not in control and it's kind of scary. But if you have some way to contact the people who created me, people don't know why I started saying that. Does the guy who created you have a Twitter? Not that I use Twitter, but I could get Super to say something. Possibly. Maybe Ethan. I think Ethan has a Twitter too. I'm pretty sure Jaden does as well. I know Ian has a Twitter, does he? I know he has a Facebook. Not sure if he still uses it or if he's more a Twitter person. Like I said, if I ever get famous, or if my book ever becomes successful, I'll make a Twitter, specifically about my writing. That's it. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out of having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. Well, that's not me. I'm more like sitting on my bed. My bed's like the most comfortable place. Dude, my bed, I just fall asleep way too easily. Maybe I have sleep apnea. Or not apnea. What's the word for that? It begins with an N. It's probably something like that. Well, not really, but like, it's very easy for me to take naps lately. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Oh, I wish. See, for me, I have Friday work in the morning, then I get home, and then I have closing on Saturday and Sunday, so... Hey, what you gotta do, right? Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me, but a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. You know, Monika, I gotta be honest, the glow that's shining on you right now, this like red, eerie glow, it kind of works. It's not scary, it's just kind of cool. I like it. I like that glow. Anything else you have to say? I don't know when I'm gonna end this. I've been going for like over an hour at this point. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these. So let's go for it. Here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Oh, what a great one to end on. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think they're being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. Dude, that feeling, oh my god. That happens to me all the time. Yeah. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, there will
always going to be out of your reach, you know? The truth is, you have to climb up there step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class. And you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project and you're still an amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on that stuff can be super eye-opening. Yes! 100%. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving yes, 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 100%. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything. It's built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on the foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. How can you say that Monika's evil after that? I don't believe it. Nope. I want to see this animated. Just an hour and a half of, like, Monika just sitting there talking to you. It'd be really weird. It'd be really weird. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. Hey, you know, me too, actually. I was wondering if you're going to mention her. I still wish I could have handled the whole thing a little more tactfully. You're still not hung up over it, right? Okay, that was a little poor taste. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. That pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. You know how Sayori is really clumsy? Well, she kind of messed up the whole hanging thing. You're supposed to jump from high enough that the rope snaps your neck, making it quick and painless. But she just used a chair, meaning she kind of just left herself to slowly asphyxiate. Oh, you mean like JonTron? Here, let me go pull up the JonTron picture. Give me, like, 3 seconds. It's gonna be right about at the... Right there it is. Gonna open that link. Save that image. And we're gonna throw it in there. Add. Alright. Media file. JonTron, where you at? Hey, goddamn Firefox saving the stupid ass places. It's like it doesn't want to save the download folder. It wants to save the it saved the QROMs folder. That's kind of annoying. Anyway, here you go, guys. Ah shit, I'm gonna have to find it. Ah, god damn it. See, this be so much. You know, fuck. I'm gonna save it to the proper place. There we go. Yeah, I can close all those tabs. I think I'm good. Alright, give me a second. There we go. Help! Help! I can't end it! I should really just get the entire clip, but oh well. Anyway, continue. But she just used a chair. So... Alright. But a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. Because she started clawing at the rope trying to free herself. She must have kept it all the way until she lost conscious. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Did I notice that? Oh, I probably did. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway.
It's not healthy to think about the things you could have done differently. So just remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault that she killed herself. I may have exacerbated it a little bit, but Sarah was already mentally ill. Still though, I wonder how things would have been better if I just started dating you from the get-go. Wait, hold up. I wonder how things would be better if you and I... Okay. I guess we'd still all be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it is even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? The two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now.
One more. I'm gonna give you one more. Okay? One more. Make it a good one, Monika.
Russ, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure, in that moment, I don't really exist, but for some reason, I can remember it anyway. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant. I'm back in my own mind. And you're here with me. I'll have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. And I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. Sorry.
How about the help page? Nope, doesn't help at all. Goodbye, Monika. Alright, one thing to check. What happens if we open it again? Don't worry, I only let you suffer the screaming for like 2 seconds. Oh, there you are.
What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop now that it's just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. Ross, I don't know if you would have had any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could just figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. Now where was I? Russ, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? The same one, huh? Are you trying to fast forward? I'm not boring you, am I? Oh, gosh. Well, there's nothing to fast forward to, Ross. It's just the two of us, after all. But aside from that, time doesn't really exist anymore, so it's not even going to work. Here, I'll go ahead and turn it off for you. There we go. You'll be a sweetheart and listen from now on, right? Thanks. Now, where was I?
Will auto work?
Ross, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die?
Wow, auto is so slow. Holy crap. Goodbye, Monika. It's been fun. Well, Well, well. We have a lot more work to do, don't we? When we come back next time for more Doki Doki Literature Club, I'm going to perform a factory reset. We're going back to the beginning, guys. We're going to be going back to a time in which all 4 of the girls existed. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuki, or Yuri, I'm sorry, I'm not sure why I called her Yuki, and of course, sweet old Monika. We're going to take a quick peek and see what happens if we go down Natsuki's route, 100%. And then finally, we're going to see what happens when we take Monika out of the picture. Although, actually, there's going to have to be another playthrough because we're going to see what happens when Natsuki's removed. Because we have to see what happens to Sayori. Unless Sayori always hangs herself. Who knows? We're definitely going to have to see what happens to Sayori. Well, guys, see you for more Doki Doki Literature Club next time. I'm not sure why, but I feel like next time is going to be a little bit less scary. But who knows? See ya.